Wartime. First of all, we've got Kevin here.
Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Kevin Blow. I'm from the Community Outreach Committee of the club. I know we've got a lot of people here today who are from the club, so forgive me, but there are a lot of people who aren't, and we should probably explain a little bit about the relationship between Clapton CFC and Spain. The short version is that this club was formed by anti-fascists. You see the influence of the fans group, the Clapton Ultras. You see the influence of the fans group Clapton Ultras everywhere. You see it in the scarves with the red and black flag, on the stickers that are literally everywhere, on the 3 arrows that are on the shirt. So it's not altogether surprising that when we re-established as a member-owned, fan-owned club in 2018 and went to vote on a design for our new away shirts, the design that was done by our friend Tom Breesdale, I don't think he's here today unfortunately, was the runaway success. It was a tribute to people who've been out to fight in Spain against fascism. When we launched it, Jim from the International Brigades Memorial Trust was there. It was in a brewery in Hackney. We had 50 copies of the shirt, and they all sold out that evening. But we still thought maybe we'd sell, 200 or 300 if we were lucky. And then the first men's, it then went completely viral, and the following day we're in the region of 22,000 away shirts. For us to be able to do a couple of things. The most important thing is to, in 2020, but it's also enabled us to be able to fulfil a commitment we made then, so that we were going to honour the volunteers who went out from Newham to fight against fascism in Spain. About all the way back in 2019, it's taken 6 years for us to get here, and I think that just to close up really by saying, so why is this important? Why was the design for the shirt important? Why is this tribute important? As a club, we've always believed that being an anti-fascist is not something that you are, it's something that you do. And there is a proud tradition in East London of people standing up against fascism, whether it's the Jewish community stood against the black shirts in project that organised anti-fascist campaigning in Newham in the 90s, in a world where fascism continues to be on the rise. And the significance of those words on the back of our shirt are just as important as they were back in 1936 to 1939. They shall not pass. No pasarán, comrades.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we're going to have Jim Jump, who was already mentioned by Kevin, the chair of the International Brigades Memorial Trust.
Thanks, Kevin. 6 years. We in the International, we hold concerts, we hold commemorations, memorials, brigades. Now the shirt, somebody needs a model, somebody to model it. Yeah, there we go. You see the little 3-pointed star, the star of the International Brigade. That represents internationalism. Bit unscientific, but the 3 races of humanity: European, African, Asian. No pasarán on the back, again, and now a universal cry, with a slogan then of anti-fascist resistance, and still is to this day, amazingly, 80, 90 years later. And of course the colours, the wonderful colours of the Spanish Republic, and doesn't this look fantastic? I can't believe it. And the side of that stadium over there. And again, they've become a symbol, well, they were a symbol obviously in the 1930s, a symbol of not just anti-fascism, but a symbol of hope for the values of the Spanish Republic, values of equality between women and men, respect for Spain's historic nations, healthcare and education for all, those sorts of values that again are universal, and we still abide by them today. So thank you, Clapton CFC. Now it's a very grim anniversary today. It's anniversary 88 years to the day of the bombing of Guernica by the Luftwaffe, as a birthday gift, in fact, to Hitler. And that also, Picasso's painting has become talking about universal symbols like Ne pas serein and the colours of the Republic in the back. That's another one, another powerful one that still resonates to this day, as the person who painted this acknowledges. But the person who painted it was somebody called Daisy Price Fernandez, and it's worth knowing her story. She was a silkscreen printer from Bristol, and her mother, Scottish mother, fell in love with a Spanish man, Pepe Fernandez, in 1930, and they had 2 children. Daisy was the younger of the 2. She was 20 months old, living in Lugo in northwest Spain when the civil war, when Franco launched his coup. Franco and the other generals launched their coup, and Pepe, who was a radio presenter, was a supporter of the Republic, was arrested. The family were advised to leave Lugo, which they did. They went back to England, never knowing the fate of Pepe. Daisy never knew the fate of her father until 2012, when, and I see him in the crowd, when Paul Preston, the great historian of the Spanish Civil War, is in the crowd with us today, found out in his researches for his monumental book, The Spanish Holocaust, that Pepe Fernandez had been executed in August 1936, and sadly Daisy's mother never knew what happened to him. They guessed, they presumed he'd been killed, but she found out. Daisy died just 2 years ago, actually, and she would be absolutely delighted, knowing Daisy, she was absolutely delighted that her banner is on display here today, of all days. Daisy was a strong supporter of the International Brigades Memorial Trust, so she would also like to have been here just for acknowledging and celebrating these men, and they were just men actually, from Newham didn't exist in the 1930s, but from the parts of London that now constitute the borough of Newham. Now, from the IBMT records, we found 16 of them. There may well be more, but 16 we definitely have found that either lived in Newham, born in Newham. Those were the 2 categories. So 16 we've got, and I think actually it's probably on today, of all days, their names should be heard. So just bear with me. I'll get their names out. Fred Adams, Joseph Colino, Percy Cohen, Max Collin, Charles Cormack, James Cormack, Cecil Cranfield, George de Goud, Edward Dickinson, Gerard Doyle, Thomas Duncombe, Leslie Hewson, David Marshall, John O'Connor, Pat O'Malley, and George Siebert. So we remember... They were part, obviously, of a wider 2,500 went from the British Isles to fight in Spain. And of course, their government was telling them not to go. They were threatening them with the law against enlisting in a foreign army. But worse than that, the British government pretended to be neutral, not to take sides in the Spanish Civil War, but in fact we know it took sides. It was working for a Franco victory, knowing that its policy of so-called non-intervention would lead to a fascist victory in Spain. Lots of lessons there for today. I mean, fascism has not gone away, and nor is it one of my hobby horses, nor is the predilection of liberal democracies to, when it comes to foreign affairs, to support authoritarian and fascist governments rather than progressive governments and movements. So there you go. These men from Newham, they knew better. They were if you look at the list of the jobs they had, they were ordinary men, but ordinary men who took that stand against fascism and for internationalism and for those values, progressive values. Their jobs: builder's labourer, shopkeeper, driver, metallurgist, salesman, dole office worker, scaffolder, clerk, a nurse, a rowerman, and there was even a former lightweight amateur boxing champion thrown in. Politically, there were communists, members of the YCL, members of the Labour Party. I think it was a different sort of Labour Party then. Just on that batting, I mean, Clem Attlee, the leader of the Labour Party, during the Civil War, went out and visited the battalion, and they named the company after him anyway. So I remember the Labour Party amongst that 16, and one International Workers of the World, a Wobbly as well, which is great to see. And of course, people with no party affiliation, but all united in that single cause of anti-fascism, and the cause that I think unites us all today. So, no pasarán. Viva la República. Thank
you. We are now going to have the E15 acting school reading the poem, which is on the memorial itself, which is written by David.
Canto a mis camaradas que una vez cantaron el himno internacional en ese gran coro de Albacete antes de la batalla. I sing of my comrades that did once sing the International in that great choir of Albacete before the battle.
Rank after rank of the young battalions. They came from every corner of the earth. So many men from distant lands who took to arms in the defense of Spain's republic.
Madrid, the magnet who drew us all in along slow roads of Spain, at last a star for desperate men sensing the gathering storm. And we that fought to warn a watching world were called false prophets, yet we fought for the poor of the world.
Our lullabies were soldiers' sung by sad women to the sons of Poland. I remembered the remembers days long past, after the thudding drum and shriek of bugles. I listened to the slow lament for brothers, sons, and lovers lost.
Per fratelli, figli e amori perduti. È la tristezza nel cantare, le sfumature del dolore, la vena profonda del lutto che vive ancora nella mia generazione.
Kaybolan kardeşlerimiz, oğullarımız ve aşıklarımız için. Bu şarkıdaki hüzündür. Acının alt tonları ve yasın atan damarı. Jenerasyonlar boyunca kalbimizde atacak olan.
Por hermanos, hijos y amores perdidos. Es la tristeza en los cantos. Los matices de la aflicción. La vena profunda del dolor. Que palpita en nuestra generación. It is the sadness in the singing, the undertone of wool, the deep green of the vein.
That throbs throughout my generation.
Next, we're going to have Marlene, who's the president of the International Brigades Memorial Trust.
Oh wow, hello. Yeah, a lot of responsibility here. Am I done? Thank you. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant to see so many people here to think about what had happened all those years ago when people went to fight for justice. They went to fight for just being equal, just trying to do something that made life better for everyone. And mostly they succeeded, but there are still battles going on, we know, and so we must still be very, very aware of them and what we must do to make it more equal for everyone. It's such a good thing to have here now, today, and I know we're going to have a really good time and just enjoy ourselves, but always think and remember that it's not the same for everyone, and it's part of our job, part of our thinking, to make equality best for as many people as possible. That's really all I want to say, and thank you very much, everyone. Sorry, there is one more thing I want to say, and that is, everyone, please support the International Brigades Memorial Trust. We were formed to remember everyone who went to Spain to fight fascism in the 1930s. They remain our main thoughts and the main reason we are here. We must remember what they did in those days, which can't have been easy for any of them at that time. And so, by remembering them, we have within us their story, their thoughts, and their achievements. So please do what you can. Join the International Brigade Memorial Trust, because we do need support from everyone. And thank you very much for being here today. Oh, right. Well, I think I might need an arm or something. Yes, that's right. So do I just...
We'll have Marlene unveiling the memorial now.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Otherwise you don't want it to fall.
We'll now just have a few words from Kevin, and then we ask him to join us in a minute, Silas.
Yeah, so as Jim said, today is the anniversary of the bombing of Guernica, and sadly we live in a world where the bombing of civilians continues, both in Ukraine, but in particular in our thoughts of the people of Gaza. And so I'd ask everybody to join us in 1 minute silence for all the victims of people who are bombed by the air by oppressive regimes.
Thank you, everybody. So we'll now have the E15 acting school again for a song and reading of the names of the anti-fascist prisoners. First of all, we're going to have Sam from Clapton Community Football Club to give a few words.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Cool. Thanks everyone for coming. Firstly, I want to say after the Supreme Court ruling the other week, I want to reaffirm that we, Clapton Community Football Club fans, stand with trans and non-binary folks. Transphobia must be combated and is not welcome in our community or in our club. Like transphobia though, fascism is on the rise again here in Britain and around the world. The far right must be resisted everywhere, in politics, on the streets, in our community and in the football stands. Today we honour the brilliant volunteers of the International Brigades who fought against the rising fascist tide in the 1930s. To follow the path set by the International Brigades, we must resist the resurgent global fascism. As Clapton community fans, we are building an anti-fascist community, and we stand in solidarity with the anti-fascist struggle everywhere. Today, we send a message of solidarity to imprisoned anti-fascist and anarchist prisoners in Britain. We demand them all to be released now. We are the Clapton, we're always anti-fascist.
Negras tormentas agitan los aires, nubes oscuras nos impiden ver, aunque nos espere el dolor y la muerte, contra el enemigo nos llama el deber. El bien más preciado es la libertad, hay que defenderla con fe y valor, hasta la bandera revolucionaria, que de triunfo sin cesar nos lleva en pos, alza la bandera revolucionaria, que de triunfo sin cesar nos lleva en pos. En pie el pueblo obrero a la batalla, hay que derrocar a la reacción, a las barricadas, por el triunfo de la Confederación, a las barricadas, por el triunfo de la Confederación. Por el triunfo de la Confederación, a las barricadas, por el triunfo de la Confederación. Por el triunfo de la Confederación. Por el triunfo de la Confederación.
So, on behalf of Clapton CFC, we'll be now naming the current imprisoners from anti-fascist protests currently in the UK.
Ian Sanders,
Zoe Rogers,
Fatima Zainab Rajvani,
Madeline Norman,
Samuel Corner,
Jordan Devlin,
William Plastow,
Leona Camillo,
Patrick O'Brien,
Jodie Green,
Tom Fox,
Rachel Evans,
Johnny Smith,
Paul Crossland,
Joseph White,
Will Hughes,
Chris Baker,
Luke Cranston,
Daniel Ellis,
Ishaq Aslam,
Charlotte Head,
Hannah Davidson,
Colum Lacey,
Stuart Bretherton,
Ross Smith,
John Paul Wooten,
Brandon McConville,
Sayanda Ngaza,
Kane Adamson,
Ryan Roberts,
Yanis Michailidis,
Brandon Lloyd,
Toby Schoen,
Tamir Pepilla,
Tamas Papilla.
Vitaly Shishlov.
This song, sorry, maybe I should get it up. This song, okay. Little technical difficulties. This song we're about to sing is dedicated to all the people murdered and imprisoned by the fascists.
We told that after the war, the Nazis vanished without a trace, but battalions of fascists still dream of a masterpiece. The history book that tell us they defeated in 45, but they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died.
They say the prisoner expender was a symbol of defeat, whilst heads remained in prison and the fascists they were beat. So the promise of an Aryan world would never materialize.
So why did they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died?
The world is riddled with maggots.
The maggots are getting fat. They're making a tasty meal of all the pigs and bureaucrats. They're taking over the boardrooms and they're fat and full of pride. But they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. So if you meet with these historians, I'll tell you what to say. Tell them that the Nazis never really went away. Now they're burning houses and they're peddling racist lies. And we'll never rest again until every Nazi dies.
We'll now continue with a bit more music, this time by Billy Bragg.
Very kind, thank you very much. Let's see if I can manage this mic stand a bit better than everybody else. There you go. A bit more experience. Thank you very much. I want to thank Mark Soames and the Clapton Community Football Club and the International Brigades Memorial Trust for inviting me to come along this afternoon and take part in this event with you. It gives me the opportunity not only to show my solidarity with you all, but also to do some of what we refer to as Woody's work. This is the sort of gig that Woody Guthrie did a lot of these kind of gigs, and I was into what Kevin was saying at the top about the fight against fascism in the East End, and I was very proud, and I know there's a few people here today because I've seen them who were also heavily involved in the fight against the British National Party in Barking and Dagenham in 2010, and you may or may not be aware that we didn't only defeat them in the council and in the Member of Parliament election, but we delivered to them a blow that proved to be fatal. They never once again after that, with the help of our comrades from Hope Not Hate and Love Music Hate Racism, we were able to stop them, and that's what this song is about. It's called The Battle of Barking. Just like they did. No, hang on, I'm going to have to think of the first line. It'll come to me in a minute. Oh yeah, there we go. You just have to start, you're in Barking and Dagenham, that's where it ends. You've got to just kind of rewind to where it starts. Just like the heroes of Cable Streets, no passaran, no passaran. We fought the fascists to defeat, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Just like they did in the Second World War. No passaran, no passerang. We booted the Nazis out the door, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Victory, victory. We came in our hundreds and we won a victory. And we dumped the fascists in the trash of history, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Yeah! Like the punks and the rastas in the 70s. No passerang, no passerang. We fought the Nazis on the streets, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Just like the people of Dagenham. No passerang, no passerang. We booted the Nazis out of our town, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Hope not heights, hope not heights. We came in our hundreds in the name of hope not heights, and we defeated the enemy at the gates, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Victory, victory. We came in our hundreds and we won a victory. And we dumped the fascists in the trash of history, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Yes, we dumped the fascists in the trash of history, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Wait! Very kind. Very kind, thank you. And another reason why I very much wanted to be here today, my father-in-law was evacuated from Madrid in 1936. He had an English father, a Spanish mother, and my son Jack here today, Jack Bragg, he's Valero. De Valero is part of his name, his Spanish heritage. So it means a huge amount to me and my family for us to be here to be part of today's dedication. There's a valley in Spain called Jarama. It's a place that we all know so well. It was there that we gave of our manhood, and so many of our brave comrades fell. We are proud of the British battalion and the fight for Madrid that they made, where they fought as true sons of the people, as part of the 15th Brigade. Now we're far from that valley of sorrow, though its name we shall never forget. And now as we once again fight the fascists, let's remember our glorious dead. There's a valley in Spain called Jarama. It's a place that we all know so well. It was there that we gave of our manhood, and so many of our brave comrades fell. Thank you. A few years ago I wrote some new lyrics to the Internationale. I don't get the opportunity to sing them very often. It's not a song you can just slip into a gig anywhere, anytime. I know people do ask me about it. And I learned something. I think, I can't remember exactly, I think it might have been the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Cable Street. We were doing a commemorative gig at Wilton's Music Hall at the far end of Cable Street. It was a great night. And I sang the International, and a comrade from that period, a woman came to speak to me afterwards, and she said, you know, when we used to sing that song, at the end of it, we used to chant together, red front, red united, fight in front. So I always do that at the end of the song. And so you won't be surprised and scared. I want you all to do it as well. So let's just try it together. It goes like this. Red front, red united, fight in front. Let's just start. You've got a few bars, a couple of verses and some choruses to work it out a bit better than that. But let's see if I can pitch this proper and not sing myself off the end of the second chorus. It's a bit operatic sometimes. And whatever lyrics you know of the International, please sing whatever lyrics you're familiar with. Let's see what we can put in. Stand up for victims of oppression, for the tyrants fear your might. Don't cling so hard to your possessions. You have nothing if you have no rights. Let this ignorance be ended, for respect makes the empires fall. Freedom is merely privilege extended, unless enjoyed by one and all. So come, brothers and sisters, for the struggle carries on. The International unites the world in song. So comrades, come rally, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. Pause for a deep breath. Let no one build walls to surround us, walls of hatred nor walls of stone. Come greet the dawn and stand beside us. We'll live together or we'll die alone. In our world poisoned by exploitation, those who have taken now they must give, and end the vanity of nations with one earth on which to live. So come, brothers and sisters, for the struggle carries on. The International unites the world in song. So comrades, come rally, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. And so begins the final drama, in the streets and in the fields. We stand unbowed before their armour. We defy their guns and shields. When we fight, provoked by their aggression, let us be inspired by life and love. For though they offer us concessions, change will not come from above. So come, brothers and sisters, for the struggle carries on. The International unites the world in song. So comrades, come rally, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. Red front, red united, fighting front. Finish with a bit of Woody Guthrie. I'm gonna tell all you fascists, you may be surprised. People all over this world are getting organized. You're bound to lose. Woo! All you fascists bound to lose. Wow, people of every color marching side by side, marching across the fields where 1 million fascists died. You're bound to lose. Woo! All you fascists bound to lose. Yeah! All you fascists are bound to lose. You fascists bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. Well, I'm going into this battle, gonna take my Union gun. I'm gonna tilt this world of fame before this war is won. You're bound to lose. Woo! All you fascists bound to lose. Well, race hatred cannot stop us. There's one thing I know. Your poll tax and Jim Crow and greed have got to go. You're bound to lose. Woo! You fascists bound to lose. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. You fascists bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose. Said, oh, you fascists are bound to lose. 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 No pass around.
Thank you so much to Billy. We'll now have the last closing words by Kevin to wrap up, and then just a few bits of housekeeping.
I'm going to keep this really short because it's been amazing today. There's a couple of people I want to thank on the journey here, obviously Marlene being one of them. I want to thank Ian H, who was there at the beginning when we were trying to organise this 6 years ago. I want to thank the people from Rodwell Memorials, the local firm, who made this beautiful stone. Gavin the stonemason is actually here. You should buy him a drink later. And I want to thank all of you, because it's been a long journey for us to finally get here on the last game of the season, to just squeeze this in and get this launched. This is a beautiful thing, and it's going to be here for years now. And it is an important reflection of what this club is. It is an anti-fascist club, and that's something which all of us involved in Clapton CFC are incredibly proud of. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you so much, everybody. If you are not staying for the football, we're going to open this side gate just over here, so you don't have to go back through everything as people are coming in. The bar is now open. It would be lovely if everybody could stay to watch the football. It will be home fans on this side, as there's some away fans. We've given some space to the away fans over there. Thank you all for being here.